because I'm very happy to see you all, I want to start with a little meditation to settle us down and to be really here. Okay? Okay. So I hope you sit comfortable. I put chairs today because actually last time it was so busy that we thought we don't have enough space otherwise inside. Okay. Okay, take a deep breath. And you only listen, becoming completely still. Being aware of yourself here, right now. Observe your breathing. And feel how you go deeper and deeper inside of you. And even when you have many thoughts, there's also silence in your body. Welcome that silence, as that silence is your unlimited potential in which you create. Understanding that you are not this body, not your mind. You are this stillness. Breathing. Calming down. You are love. Reiki, you are unconditional love. And feel how you open your heart, reaching out in this world with your heart, with your light. Breathing peacefully. Resonating that truth through your body into your world. Breathing. Calming down. And then you take another deep breath. And you bring yourself back into this room. Opening your eyes. Okay, I thought we have been talking and talking so much. So I thought like we first actually calm down and then we do like a small introduction round. So maybe you can tell your name, telling why you're here, and you have a little thingy in your hands. Yeah, we are Reiki, huh? So the way we act and the way we speak and the way that we do things are all spiritual acts from us. So, and when we can do that with an open heart, when we can do that from love, and of course our world is changing in a better place. Let's have coffee and lots of cookies.
Yes.
So you will find in the kitchen also a lot of cookies, and I tell you, you all have to eat them. Otherwise, I have to eat them this week. Let's do some Reiki. Even when you have never done it, you are Reiki. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you to place your hands on your heart chakra. We call that the heart chakra. to make a connection with yourself, because your arms and hands are the extensions of your heart. You reach out in this world from your heart. And you do that by giving and receiving. And that giving part we all know quite well. We learn that when we are children. But that receiving part is very difficult because we have not learned so easily to receive. We apologize almost when we get a present. So we start today with actually giving yourself Reiki in that way that you put your hands on your heart chakra. You take a deep breath and you relax your body. Sit as comfortable as possible. And you thank yourself for being here, for making the decision to be in this meeting, to share, to learn. And also to take care of yourself, as Reiki is something that you first give to yourself. As what you don't have, you can't give to others. You feel how you open your heart, and light from your heart resonates through you in the palms of your hands. And feel the warmth in the palms of your hands. Resonating into your heart again. In the silence of your heart, you receive abundantly calmness, peace, compassion. And feel that healing light resonating and circling, sparkling into your body as you allow yourself to receive abundantly. Promising yourself to speak from the heart, to speak words of compassion, courage, love. Then you change your hands to the solar plexus, the navel area of your body. And you may visualize a beautiful golden light expanding in the solar plexus as you make an umbilical cord with this world that you live. As the world is what you think it is, and everything in your world that exists through you. Initiating your world with love, Reiki. Accepting your world, accepting what you have created, as only through acceptance we can change, we can transform, we can grow. Allowing yourself to be that creator, creator of miracles, opportunities, possibilities. Being grateful for everything that is in your life. Paying gratitude to what you may do, what you have. breathing. Changing your hands to the solar plexus, or to the belly, the hara. Everything we go through, we digest in the hara. We store it, carry it with us, until we are ready to transform, to let go, to energize ourselves again. Being grateful. Feel the palms of your hands with this light resonating, empowering you. Energizing your gut, feeling your power, as you are the one who can bring change in your world. As your gut is your second brain. So feel how you transform all what is no longer needed. Be that transformation. Be that love. Be Reiki. And then you listen to the silence within. Allowing yourself to be that master. Allowing yourself to be that strength, that power. Bringing transformation to your subconscious mind. Bringing the messages of strength, acceptance. Speaking the language of power, peace, and harmony. Feel the palms of your hands still resonating with this light, grounding you in this world that you have created. Being silent, surrender, being all. Now let your hands go to a place on your body where you think that there is healing needed. It doesn't matter where. Only feel it. And allow yourself that healing light to inspire this place. Inspiring the way you communicate. Accept yourself. Learn and grow. Be gentle and kind to yourself when you speak words of compassion. Surrender to your body as it tells us exactly what's going on in our lives. Listening to understand what we need. listening to follow up, inspire, heal, and accept ourselves. Being grateful for all your awareness, for all what you may see, hear, or communicate, for everything that is in your life, so you may learn and grow from it. Breathe, understanding that there is never a punishment. There's only love. Surrender to that love. Breathe. Now visualize a beautiful white light around you. Understanding that you are always protected, always taken care of, always loved. And feel how you expand this light. Feel how everything and everyone fits in your light. As all is one, all is perfect, whole, complete. Everything is reflection. All is part of you. All is one. And then you take a deep breath. And you open your eyes. How are you doing? Everybody back? I could see all of you that it's so easy to create actually like that kind of bubble around you, actually like that kind of simple healing field, because everyone here is so connected, like that we all fit it together. And you can see how much we most time neglect that, how we ignore it, how we constantly are busy in our minds, and then we have all kinds of questions and we have problems and difficulties. And while you then take a moment, like what we did now, like 5 minutes maybe, and you create a world of peace. And of course you all had your thoughts sometimes, or your emotions sometimes. But there was also this kind of silence. And silence is the only moment that we can really create. We can't create in chaos. We can't create in a mind that is constantly occupied with all our problems. So sometimes taking time to sit still is already a gift to yourself. Sometimes like watching yourself and understanding that the world is how you see it. 8 billion people on this world, 8 billion different realities. And everything in that reality is still an illusion of mind. Do we realize that normally? We are very busy in doing things. And like in this morning, it's not about the doings, it's about being here, being present. Making yourself like coming here and sitting there and not having to do things, not having to do your families and your work, and taking time for yourself. A moment during your week that you can say like, this is my morning, my Saturday morning, when I'm going to ask you, okay, take every day then 10 minutes for yourself. Yeah, you will do it the first week, I'm sure. And you do it the second week, and then you forget a bit about it. And the third week you said like, yeah, I will do it tomorrow. Yeah. And we are not so nice to ourselves that we continue. We constantly are going with what happens in our lives, what we constantly see around us. We see the news and we complain about the news, and we read the newspapers and we complain even harder. Yeah. But really taking time for yourself is extremely difficult. Being nice to yourself, humble, kind, very big task to ask you. Like what we have done during the small meditation. Has anyone a question about it? You are Reiki, so when you want to do that active and with a lot of music, I think that we are Reiki and we are spirit. Yeah, we live a human life, but we are spirit. So every action of us is a spiritual action. When we dance, when we drink, when we laugh, when we do the dishes, when we do the daily thought, things that we do. We are always Reiki. It's not actually like that you change suddenly into the Reiki mood. Yeah? It's not necessary. Yeah? Sometimes you see it when you train people that, and then they separate it actually from the normal life. Yeah? As if you have to be holy or something. You are holy in a way. So like sometimes I sit with someone and there's something going on, then I ask my higher self to connect with the higher self of that person. Because I don't want to interfere with my ego mind there, but I've felt something. And then I don't do like, don't put my hands there, I don't say anything. But I let God, the God within, I let be there. And that is also Reiki. And it's not that I need to say something or I have to make it obvious what I'm doing. Because actually, like you sometimes have someone sitting next to you, just what Jules just did with Bianca. Eh? She puts only her hand there, like she doesn't say, "Hey, what's going on?" No, yeah, it's our connection that we can actually reach out with our arms and hands, but also with our hearts. Most of the time, I definitely when I work, I don't see it as work, but anyway. I connect always with people through my heart, because actually the mind is very limited. I will actually hear the story and then I start thinking and then I see my own limitation in it. But when I use my heart, there's always an opportunity. There's always a way to do things then. And I think that we forget about that. We are so busy in the mind, so busy with that kind of ego. And then we actually don't like the ego, and because the ego has many roles there. And then we are confused of how we can do things. Be there, nothing else. You are enough. You are the change in this world. It's not what you do, it's about what you are there. And when you want to be there completely with your heart, that's perfect. That's what I say always, you're perfect, whole, and complete, being there with your heart. I think it depends on the intention you have with it. Yeah? When your intention comes from your heart, it doesn't matter how you say things. Yeah? And we find it very difficult to use actually language that we really like catch what we really want there. I want to be says already I'm not. Yeah? And to be it, you actually already have to act. Then you bring your feeling and your thought on the same level. So that's the secret out of it. Yeah. But the most people actually are staying with the wants and the hopes and the wishes. No, but it's like what Aki says. Huh? Like you are Reiki. So actually your actions in your world are Reiki. but you become conscious of that. And when you become more and more conscious of that, there is also more intention of love. Because that is then the baseline for it. And I think that as long as we are in the mind and so busy like wanting and hoping and wishing, then we delay that heart part of us. We can't actually reach out from that moment, from the heart, because we're still in that box there. We have a lot, when we actually step in our child's shoes, like we all come from there, we all actually are born in this world and we are raised by our parents, and yeah, they were asking, and what do you want to be? Yeah. And then you can't say, I'm already whole. Yeah. So you learn that you have to do something, and that is actually also that kind of duality in this world. We are whole, but we actually like think not in a whole way. Yeah. We are perfect, but we never act perfect in that way. So it's. I think that is also what Rosie said. Like I want to grow and to learn, and I think that is also like our path in this world. That we recognize we are spirit, and what we come to do in this world is to enlighten our world. The spirit doesn't need a course. The spirit doesn't need a title. But of course, our human side, that ego mind, definitely wants something and achieve something. And finding then the balance in that kind of duality, like what Aki says, like finding the balance, accepting that I am here right now and I can only in that way be Reiki. So I think that constantly that kind of finding the balance, finding that kind of acceptance in it, that is what we do in this world. And the more we calm down with that we understand that, really finding our purpose then. It's sometimes chaos in that head. And then every time, again and again, saying to yourself, please forgive me. And that is not because I do the stupid things, but please forgive me. I identify with the many human roles. I identify with that being in this world as this human being. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. Then you find the God within. Then you actually resonate that Reiki, that love that you are. So yeah, the path of acceptance, balance, self-forgiveness. And I'm very fortunate that I may talk about that every day. Because the only way out in this world is that acceptance. We talk about spirit and spiritual development and what is for you spirit? Because actually like when we talk about spirit, a lot of people say like, yeah, but I have this mind and all these kind of thoughts. Like spirit is actually that silence within you. Spirit never says like, I would do this, or how stupid can you be? It's silence. So sometimes therefore also sitting in silence is actually being in spirit.
For me spirit is more of a drive rather than...
Sorry?
For me spirit is more of a drive rather than silence.
Yeah. Spiritual drive or inspiring things. Yeah. But it's actually like you bring actually a force in that doesn't have sound, that nobody can see, but that you actually act upon because you let it be there. Make sense? It's a good point, because actually when you say like, when I say to people, inspire that has nothing to do with labor, doing things. Inspire it is asking as if you can embrace it, because inspiration comes then from the heart, and that is actually then in front of you. You embrace it, but also you can then bring it out. It's there.
But inspire is to be in spirit, right?
Sorry?
Inspire is to be in spirit.
Yeah. So but that is actually then hanging on to that kind of silence, like not being so active in it, but being in silence. This is like what I also said, like when somebody is in pain, and Bianca is a good example, that she feels everything, So like you can say then, what shall I do with that? Like when I see someone in pain, you can also actually be silent and sitting there asking your higher self to connect with the higher self of that person. Because actually then you're bringing it on a higher level. And there actually like things are taking place. The only thing what you have to do is being silent. In spirit. Inspiring, yeah. Because you have a lot of moments in your life that it comes up as an emotion for you then, yeah. So working with that is like, when I hear a lot of stories, otherwise I will cry the whole day. Sitting with everybody and then hearing the story and being sad, but it's not that I'm not let myself being inspired with their story. I do, but I do that here, not there. Yeah.
I feel this so much. I really feel this.
Yeah, but that is actually like meditation in a group, or when we talk about like these kind of things, it's always easy also to feel. Yeah.
And silent.
So like in that kind of energy, then we connect so easily. Yeah, it's not a point. But when you go away here and you're on your own, then it's difficult to keep that same level up and to be inspired wherever you go. Yeah. Okay. That alignedness, that's actually like a deed, a kind of action. Aligning is that we certainly not know what is coming, but or like the outcome of what is coming, but we still align because we know that that vibration brings more. I think like alignment is also something that we are like where we sit here right now. When you don't want to be here, you don't actually come here. But you easily align with the energy, what is going on, because actually it's maybe attractive or you want to know more about it. And we do it also unconscious. When something actually like triggers us to be there and to learn from it. We go in many details today. So anyway, take a deep breath. Let's relax. We do a small meditation and a mindful meditation. And then we have something to drink and all those cookies has to get rid of. And then we do some healing with each other, okay? So far, any questions? Any complaints? Also not, okay, good. Okay, hang back. And I want you to close your eyes and to observe how much you actually accept yourself. In what way do I accept myself? Give it a thought. And while you're thinking like that, you give that thought an image. You give it a form. And you see that form in front of you, like as if it's a symbol. And you observe how far it is from you. And you go closer to it, observing yourself in this symbol. And you feel how you actually from your heart give it light. You send light to it. Whatever it is. And you decide to completely accept it, completely to hold it, to embrace it. This form of you, this symbol of you. And then you identify with it, you step into it, and you become it. You accept yourself completely. And while you're there, you only listen. And you become aware of all sounds, and even what is beyond that sound. And then you become aware of your heartbeat. Feel your heartbeat and become one with it. While you take a deep breath and feel how the oxygen goes through your lungs, together with your heartbeat, while your blood goes through your veins. All these kind of things that goes on 24/7 in your body. And feel how grateful you are for all those processes going on, keeping you alive. Breathing, inspiring your body, your heartbeat. And feel the power of yourself existing in this world, being. And then you take a deep breath. And you open your eyes. How was that? Could everybody find a form for yourself? Or was that difficult?
It was the hugest heart ever.
How did it felt?
Amazing.
Can you imagine that when you use that to bring yourself out, that it can be very powerful?
Like the shape of a heart was like it was just huge. It was huge.
Stepping in it and being that. Wow. It helps. That's actually like your God position. It's the adult inside of you. There's no doubt and no fears. There's this being. Okay. It's also a kind of like archetype. It's a kind of form like in which people can empower themselves. Because when you are the lion, I remember that I did a course and we also had to do like visualizations and I also had this lion that was laying next to a tree. And I knew that at that time that I stepped into the lion, there was this huge power. What you normally like don't talk about because actually people think you're weird, but it's also that you are most time afraid of hurting someone else. So you don't use most of the time not all that power. You most of the time suppress it. So what you saw in the form that you gave it there in the meditation is most time this power, what you most of the time neglect, that you push it down. You will not actually be the lion in the house. You will be the kind mother. And having that kind of lion ability. But with the power that we really are, we most times suppress. Healing yourself, then it's very helpful to use this kind of images. I want to make couples for some healing. So you can actually like choose someone you maybe don't know so well. And we quite like having new people. When we do this Reiki treatment, you are Reiki, what I said before. So everybody can do it. There's not you don't need a class or like a degree to do it. When you actually take a class, when you take a Reiki class, it's more or less that you give yourself permission to actually to work with it. That you give yourself permission to reach out with it. We always have a kind of way of thinking that we should first be, Connie knows about that, we first need the diploma to, to reach out with it. But when we are Reiki, we can always reach out with it. It's wonderful to have a class because then you learn more about it, you learn what you can do with it in a different way than what you see only here in the open meeting. But it's not really needed to be that kind of, like what I always say that you are like a channel. You are not actually the one who's doing the Reiki. The one who's actually receiving Reiki is the one who's giving the permission to get it. So that one is in charge, not you as like the channel there. We start with the head position, yeah? And I will guide you all by going to certain places. I always say like socks, not mittens. So hold your hands like this, like relaxed. It's not rocket science, yeah. Because then you cover those places. Yeah? So I always, so you are here together. Mm-hmm. So you may stand in the middle.
Do you want me to come down?
Yeah. Okay. And then you do the same. You also put the chair. Okay. I always ask you to close your eyes even when you do the healing, yeah, or the being that channel. When you change positions, it's not that you do this, like, where am I? Yeah. You open your eyes and you go to the next position, okay? The one who is actually like receiving Reiki, relax and let it happen, okay? Okay, we start like with the eyes, like this, okay? Take a deep breath. And you don't have to touch the body. You only open your heart. And you thank yourself. You thank Reiki and Hazur. Hazur being all guidance that we have. And we are in gratitude for everything we receive, while being that channel of light. And feel how your heart opens and the palms of your hands resonate with the light of Reiki, this unconditional love. So you may see clear in this world. You may connect, communicate, healing everything that is no longer to see. Healing all what you want to create in this world. Empowering it, inspiring it. When you have a Reiki degree and you have your symbols, you may use your symbols there. And otherwise you only give your gratitude. Gratitude to everything that is given. Gratitude for being perfect, whole, and complete. Then you step from the eyes to the temples. The creative center of us, the many thoughts we have. Now calming down the mind, healing all our thoughts. Calming down. Thanking Reiki and Hazur. Thanking the omnipresence for being perfect, whole, and complete. Feel that light, inspiring the mind to silence, calmness, peace. Feel how you stand there as that channel, calmly, letting the Reiki go through. And then one hand at a time, you put it on your ears. Feel that energy. Feel the warmth in the palms of your hands. When you're receiving Reiki, feel that energy resonating through you. That you may hear words of love, compassion, and peace. Releasing all pain of words that have hurt you, all fear of things that have scared you. Calming down. Feel that peace of mind. When you listen now to your own heart, understanding that we are all perfect, whole, and complete. Let your symbols resonate in the palms of your hands. Then you bring one hand on the forehead, one hand on the back of the head. And feel that energy resonating. Opening the crown chakra. Connecting ourselves with this universe. Feel it as like a beautiful fountain of light. Aligning yourself with beauty, peace, harmony. Aligning yourself with this unlimited potential that you are. Moving one hand at a time to the throat, one on the front. Don't touch it or lightly touch it. And feel how you energize that energy. So you may speak words of truth, words of faith, thanking yourself, thanking Reiki and Hazur, thanking the omnipresence, being grateful for everything that is given, recognizing our abundance. Speaking words of love. Speaking words of compassion. Being that light, that channel. Bringing your hands on the heart chakra, one on the back and one on the front. Connecting from heart to heart, making a circle of light. Recognizing we are all Reiki, unconditional love. Light we are. Spirit we are. Feel that light resonating as we are all that heartbeat, that breath. And then you bring your hands, one on the solar plexus on the front and one on the back side. And feel your gratitude for reaching out, for receiving that light. Breathe. And feel the power in the palms of your hands, the power of love, unconditional love. So it is, so it is, So it is. Feel that light, and when it fades away, you take your hands off the body. Okay, we don't discuss anything now. You only change positions, okay? Let that light of Reiki, that unconditional love, flow through the arms, flowing through the palms of your hands. Reaching out to heal the eyes of seeing things that are no longer needed, of being hurtful, painful. Now cleansing the eyes, that we may see the beauty, the harmony, the peace. And feel that light flowing through your palms. Breathing like as you calm down yourself as that channel. Then you move the hands, one hand at a time, to the temples. The creative center of the body, the mind that goes with all kinds of thoughts there. Now inspiring the mind to calm down. Feel how you allow yourself this kind of peace of mind, being in stillness, being inspired. Thanking Reiki and Hazur, thanking the omnipresence for we are all perfect, whole and complete. And then you go one at a time, you go to the ears. Feel the warmth of the palms of your hands. Inspiring the ears to hear words of love, compassion, truth and faith. Cleansing, empowering all thoughts of love. And you go from that place, you go one hand on the front of the head and one on the back. Opening the crown chakra. Aligning with this universe, with this all, with this unlimited potential, with the light. Thanking Reiki and Hazur, thanking the omnipresence. Allowing yourself to be love again. Visualizing like a fountain of light coming from the crown. Spreading, empowering your world. Opening up to all possibilities. Recognizing that all solutions are inside. And from this position you go one in the neck and one on the front of the throat. Don't touch, but be touching it lightly. That we may speak words of truth, words of love. That we communicate to understand, not to force, not to judge. Thanking Reiki and Hazur, all guidance that we have. Empowering ourselves to be those channels in this world. Breathing. And feel the palms of your hands. Feel your power. Speaking words of truth. And then you go one hand at a time, going to the heart chakra, on back one and on the front one. Being one heartbeat, while you reach out with your hands as the extensions of your heart. Feel your heart opening. Be that heartbeat. Be that love. Reiki. And then we go to the last position, to the solar plexus. Aligning with our world, creating that umbilical cord. Initiating our world with Reiki, with this unconditional love, embracing what we have created. Transforming our fears into courage. Transforming pain in joy and happiness. Calmness and courage. Feel that light resonating in the palms of your hands. Thanking yourself. Thanking Reiki and Hazur. Thanking the omnipresence. Finding the God within, the good within. Reiki within, love. Endless, eternal, and divine. So it is, so it is, so it is. When that flow disappears, you take your hands off the body. Okay. Anyone questions about it? What did you experience? Yeah, that's actually also a good question. When I have a block, do I give it through? No. The thing is that actually you treat your own block there. So the other one actually doesn't get that. when you are a channel, you also actually heal yourself in that way. It goes through you. So it's not very beneficial when you actually are tired and then somebody says like, oh, I want to have a Reiki treatment. And you think like, oh, yeah. The only one who's really benefited from it when you start doing it is you, not the one who is asking for it. Yeah? So you can't actually give harm through Reiki. It's love. But when you forget about yourself and not actually treating yourself, then maybe you sometimes are forced to treat yourself by treating someone else. So you get anyway then the energy. So you can never actually say like, oh, I have this bad feeling, now I give it to the other one. Yeah? It's like what people talk about the evil eye. Yeah? The evil eye works only when the other one believes in it, that someone can attack them or that they can send that to them.
Magic?
Yeah, yeah. So when you believe that someone can hurt you, yeah, you let actually energy come in. When you know that you're safe and secure, then nothing happens. It's with all these kind of things. We give it a kind of intention and then we're surprised that it works on us or not. So like nobody can actually, like, as long as you don't allow that kind of energy to work, no one can actually push it in. Therefore saying I give Reiki is like, yeah, a way of saying it, but it's only like that the other one can receive in the way that they actually allow it to happen. Yeah? Okay. It's sometimes a question that I hear often from what happens now when I do something, or that someone sits there and think like, Reiki, are we going to do a group healing? Oh God, what can I actually now expect from that? Yeah. You only get things what you allow to come in. So keep that always in mind. How much power do I give to the others? How much power do I give to my partner? How much power do I give to people that I think can hurt me? Because that is what we do. We give permission there. Yeah, we had also a kind of like Tom and Jerry thing in the middle. The second part. They were standing there going around and
And I try not to fall because Chica was in the middle.
yeah. Any questions or that? Okay.
Question of the colors, because many people say that they see colors or things like this. I never see anything.
You don't need to see anything. You don't need to experience anything. As long as you are calm and sitting there, or when you're the channel and you stand there, and you know that you have the best intentions of being there, that's enough. When you really can go into that kind of nothingness, it's the greatest good, huh?
But that doesn't mean that it's wrong when you see color.
No,
No.
no.
I see a lot of colors.
It's like it can be very helpful to see colors and it can be very helpful to feel things, but it's not necessary. Because you go with the energy that actually you actually resonated. That energy is of course like going like that, and when you stand still you have the feeling as if you also do this. Yeah, and you actually can swing with it. Yeah. And of course there's a lot of energy going here then. So that can also be that you are sensitive and that you feel that also, that you are influenced by that, but it's nothing wrong about it and nothing scary about it. It's only energy. Any complaints about it? No? Everybody was happy, everybody was like, okay, because we did only a small treatment. But it's sometimes enough to only like to be there. Not actually even, you don't even need your hands in the Reiki too. We do that also on distance. And so then it's all by intent that we do it. So can you imagine how important intent is? And that's what we forget. We can actually do that. We have that power. We have that God inside. When we do that with our heart, when we do that with the best intention, then it works. It's like, Reiki is simple. Your child falls on his knees, and what do? You put your hands on the knees. You do this. That's Reiki. Or it is seeing someone in despair, and you put your arms around, and that's Reiki. Bringing it to your heart. So don't make it complicated. Be Reiki, always. In your daily life, you can apply it on everything, to everyone. We always say, like, we ask for permission because we don't want to interfere in people's life. And we are going to do a healing circle right now that we connect as a circle of light. And we bring in the names of people that are sick or need Reiki. And we always ask permission from that person to be in that circle, not to interfere. But even when we can't ask, we always can ask the higher self of that person and bringing that person in. So like I will actually create a kind of space in the healing circle, so you can bring in the names of the ones you think they need to receive Reiki. And then we talked about this left hand, this intuitive hand, but it's also the hand that we receive. When you look at the icons in the church, the left hand is always the receiving hand, and the right hand is always the hand of giving out, the giving hand. So now we place that on top of each other. You take a deep breath. Stand like balanced on your whole foot. Making this circle of light, a healing circle of light, in which we bring the names of those in need of love, light, healing, comfort, peace. We bring in world leaders, that they have the wisdom to rule, to guide. We bring in all medical personnel, inspiring them from our hearts. We bring in people of goodwill, energizing them, inspiring them to bring the beauty, the miracles, the possibilities into this world of healing and light. We bring in our world, inspiring it to bring the beauty, the love, the care, the healing. And we bring in our heart, that it may resonate on every level, emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually, as we are spirit, this human life. Feeling that Reiki energy in the palms of our hands, as we make this circle of light to empower our hearts, our intentions, bringing our thoughts to peace and harmony, to forgiveness of self, so we may forgive others. We bring in our memories of people we loved and passed away. We bring in the memories of our past and realize that there is only this moment now in which we energize our past and future as we are present here. We are Reiki, love we are. So it is, so it is, so it is. And taking your hands off. Thank you for being here for this morning, for everybody who are sharing things, and I hope to see you another time.